Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, our alumni here and abroad, our faculty and staff, and all our viewers here at the CPU TV studio. Again, we are here in Looking Forward, and today I brought a beautiful lady, an alumna of the CPU Agriculture, batch 1972. Yes. So Mrs. Blanquita Soledad Garcia is currently the president of the CPU Agriculture Alumni Association. Let us hear from her uh, the personal identification and of course what she is up to now because she has been long retired from Santa Philippine University. Mama, can you give us some background to
Yes,
her
with
being a
pleasure.
Centralian?
Yes, with pleasure. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to be back here in CPU. I graduated from CPU way back 1972. And after graduation, I was taken in as a faculty member of the college.
Mm.
And I taught here until 1988, where I have to cut short my journey with the university because I have to go to UP Los Baños to finish my doctoral degree. So I got my doctoral degree in 1995, and from there on, I had been working as consultant for research and development in various private and government projects.
Ma'am, how did you enjoy teaching in CP during that time?
Oh, actually, I really enjoy very much CPU since my student years, I think my student years here, it's few of the best years of my life that I spent here with all the camaraderie and the College of Agriculture, we are very close with each other. And considering that there are only very few ladies during those times, and so we really enjoy that kind of protection that the male students are giving us. And it's some kind of different manner of going through college with all those protection provided by your male classmates.
So, how long are you totally engaged with CPU?
Uh, in total, I think I started my BS agriculture here in 1968. I graduated 1972. Well, I was lucky enough to be a Latin honorary. I graduated magna cum laude,
Yeah.
and then I taught from 1972 until 1988.
Mhm.
So that's how long my engagement with CPU is. And after that, I went to UP Los Baños with my family, finished my doctoral degree, and went into consultancy with first I think my major consultancy is with the School of Senator Angara in Aurora. That's
Wow,
Aurora
that's
State
it.
College of Technology yet
Mhm.
that time.
So, how do you look at Santa Philippine University then and now?
Oh, it had, CPU had really transformed into something that is beyond imagination when I was still here. You see, during the time when I was teaching here, the classrooms are, although the classrooms are very clean because it is maintained by our work student, which is really one of the things that I am very proud of. Whenever I tell people that I graduated from Central Philippine University, I would always say that that kind of university is giving lots and lots of opportunities even for poor students. So lots of our poor students have graduated as work students and they were so successful in their own field. Some of them had been presidents of state universities, like let me mention Dr. Subo of West Visayas State
Yeah, yeah.
University, and then we have Dr. Palma also with Aklan State University, and a lot more. And there are also those that went into the field of politics.
And
So for agriculture, I think we have the way I look at it, agriculture has so many opportunities for the graduates, not only working with the Department of Agriculture, but we are, I think, prepared to go into lots of other fields other than agriculture, related fields for that matter.
okay. And by the way, the College of Agriculture was the original name.
Yes.
This
Yes.
time it has already a new name,
Yes.
CARES.
Mhm. I think sometime in 2012 when they had this additional degree program,
Mhm.
they changed the name of the CPU College of Agriculture into CPU CARES, which is CPU College of Agriculture and Resources and Environmental Sciences. That is what CARES meant. It's not the care thing na you have to take care of people, but probably we can extend a little bit to that because when you graduate from the college, of course you take care of the needs of the farmers and you take care of the needs of a lot of people. And for that reason, because CP College of Agriculture had evolved now into CP Cares, the Alumni Association had also transformed into CPU Cares Alumni Association.
How do you relate to the state of our agriculture here in the Philippines now? What can you say about, say, economics, development, and of course, the professionalism of our
Yeah.
government?
Actually, because of my exposure not only to instruction but to research and extension at the same time, I had rather a cynical view of agriculture.
Mhm.
I knew that there are lots of money that went into assisting our farmers,
Mhm.
providing the right technology, researches done by International Rice Research Institute for rice, and then we have our Institute of Plant Breeding for other crops. Yet, what I can say here is we have not really reached that point wherein we are able to institutionalize
Mhm.
our agriculture program. But it's still, we have lots of money there provided to our farmers. And expectedly, there should be also lots of money in agriculture. As you can see, our agricultural entrepreneurs are mostly also graduates of the College of Agriculture, with few graduates from other fields who have their interest in agriculture because they had been brought and they had been brought up in the farm by parents who are agriculture. Um, I can say that we have not totally explored the potential of our agriculture. I mean, agricultural land have only this limited manner of production. Much as we were talking about multiple cropping and a lot of other technologies that goes into multiple cropping. In fact, right now we're having the soilless agriculture where we have the aquaponics and hydroponics. Yet that is not on the farmer level. The farmer can go into that kind of thing. But as far as farmers are concerned, when you talk of agriculture, you always have that soil, you have that crop, and then you have the animals that go with it. And there seems to be, at this point, still medyo fragmented. It's still fragmented. We have not really gone into that kind of agricultural endeavor that is happening in Thailand and in Vietnam and Israel for that matter. You see, Israel, they have the poorest soil.
That's actually the reason why I have to ask you this question.
Uh-huh.
How do you look at the development of agriculture in our country when before
Mhm.
Thailanders, foreigners, foreign students are studying agriculture here, right?
Yes.
And now we are suffering from from this effect of importation.
Yes.
What? How do you look at the results? Well, one of it is the effect of importation to agriculture. Importation of rice is the focus. So how do you see?
Actually, the reason why we are importing rice is because we have not produced enough for the country. I will not venture into the politics of it,
No, no, it's not.
but I have to go into the technology
Yeah.
itself, the production itself, and I should say that at some point in the life or in the cycle or in the development of agriculture, we almost have that thing that we should have been sufficient. But for some reasons, these agricultural areas of ours who can sufficiently supply rice had been converted into something else. And so we are reducing the areas allocated for rice production. Let's just simply look at rice production. We had reduced the area allocated for rice production, and we have not increased the production per unit area. Because, like in other countries, if you reduce the area for production, you should increase the production per unit area so that you don't have to be bothered by the fact that the area is reduced, and the area is reduced, you are getting lesser and lesser production. So the expectation is, if you reduce the area because of conversion, then you should be looking at the other side of it, which is because of the technology almost perfect in our country that is being used by other countries right now. We should have been using that to expedite the increase in production in our farm. But
So
that is not what is happening.
where does the problem lies in
Uh,
terms of looking at we have been degrading
yes. The
our
way
economy. So
I
where does it lie? Is it about the education of farmers? Is it about the technology? Is it about the well, I could mention corruption or what? So where does it lie?
I should say that it is a conglomeration of all factors.
Mhm.
Because if we only point out one factor, it would be easier to provide solution, right? If we would say the factor there is poor technology, then we focus on the technology itself, and presto, we get to have that increase in production. But the output in agriculture is dependent on lots of factors, and I think our technocrats in agriculture have recognized all those. You address one factor, the other factors are still in there. And so, as we always theoretically say in the classroom, the final the final yield or the final product of agriculture is always conditioned by the limiting factor. Whatever it could be water, it could be fertilization, it could be pests and diseases, it could be political intervention that goes in there, because when you have the political intervention, they get to dictate what is to be done in a given
Do you
area.
consider that corruption, ma'am?
Oh, I don't want to call it corruption. I just wanted to call it a kind of intervention that has a negative effect on the production. Let's look at it in
So
a moderate
what do you
manner.
suggest the government? What can they do to mitigate this
Well,
prevalent problem with
I
agriculture?
think what the government can do is put the right people in there. That's why, because we are having this politic thing, and so we were expecting, we have lots of very intellectual, capable, skillful people produced by the UP Los Baños and colleges of agriculture in the country, but they don't get the high position. See, we have lawyers in agriculture, we have engineers in agriculture instead of an agriculturist sitting there. So, put the right people in there, right people with bright ideas, bright people who are innovative, people who are resourceful. So you don't need to provide billions and billions of pesos just to rectify what had happened in the past for agriculture. Just put the right people there who are committed to improve the production of agriculture.
How do government control this issue of soil and farm reduction of these properties they are converted into, you said,
Yes, I think there got to be some sort of a complementation between the Department of Agriculture, who is responsible for all these technologies, and the Department of Agrarian Reform. Because you see, the Department of Agrarian Reform is responsible for providing land to the landless. That is basically the simplest way of looking at the
Yeah.
function of the Department of Agrarian Reform. But what is going on was, all these recipients, or I should not say all siguro, most of the recipients, they are not even ready to be landowners. I think we have to accept that fact. They are not ready to be landowners because they were used to really be given the instruction of landowners, the capital of landowners, on how to do things in the field. So let us say that they know the rigors of crop production, but the decision making process, they don't have that much. So the decision making process of what crop should I plant so that I get
Yeah.
high income from this area? How should I ameliorate my soil? All those questions can probably be given the right answer if the farmer will go to the right person.
Mm. But does that not bend on the principle of economic management? Because
Yes. Oo.
it's not about some of the stories were with the media. No?
Mhm.
Some of the stories is this. One story is that the factor why most of the lands in the municipalities or outside of the urban areas are being converted into subdivisions
Mhm.
and industrial
Mhm.
estates. You know,
Mhm.
one of the reasons, according to the story, is that without a good harvest or without a good production of your land, and you have these students in school,
Mhm.
how are you going to finance them?
Exactly.
Is it not preferable if
Mhm.
one of the rich or the politician buys your land with just millions of pesos and in just one negotiation, you can have what you need for your family.
Mhm. Yes, that's exactly the point that we want to look at. I have that same notion when it comes to these agricultural areas that was given to these farmers, and then they are selling it to the real estate brokers,
Yeah.
or like we have lots and lots of real estate villages, the villages here that are buying all this land from the recipient of
Mm.
the Department of Agrarian Reform Program.
Mm.
And I would say everybody has their own vulnerabilities. And if you are the farmer and you are given, let's say, 500,000 pesos for that piece of land, and you haven't even in your whole life handled
Mm.
500,000, will you not be convinced
Mm.
that you're going to buy that you're going to sell that piece of land? And here comes a student of yours who is studying in the College of Nursing, who cannot finish in that year because you
Yes,
don't
yes.
have the 30,000 pesos or 40,000 pesos for the
But the
tuition.
way behind is the background of economic
Yes.
sustainability.
Oh.
Example, if we had if we just had produced a lot from that land, he would not have sold his property, right?
Yes.
So how why is government not helping in this
Because
area of concern?
you only look at one side of the coin. I should really have to say that. If you are a program uh, implementer, like the Department of Agrarian Reform, how do you look at your function? Is the numeracy thing. What is numeracy thing? How many farmers had received this piece of land?
Mhm.
How many farmers were beneficiaries of the Department of Agrarian Reform? So you report that to be your performance for the year. But you don't even look at the aftermath
Yes.
of the land that you have given to the farmer. Now we usually call that outcome.
Okay.
It's not the output thing because the output is the land that was given to the
Yeah.
landless. But the outcome there is after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, how we change the economic status of our farmer.
Correct.
You can only have that abrupt change in the economic status of the farmer when here comes a real estate person and he's going to offer certain thousands of pesos to the farmer, and then the farmer would say, come on, I still have to toil for around 20 years before I can get even 500,000 pesos, and here comes an offer in just one click of my hand I can get a 500,000 pesos. Who cares about this piece of land that was given to me, because I cannot
That's
really get much money out of this piece of land. So the challenge now for the government is, okay, you have given land to the farmers. It's now the challenge that is in your hand to make sure that this land becomes productive and our farmers become sufficient in their economic income from that piece of
And
land.
there should be
So
a
that's the big
clause.
challenge now.
There should be a clause that the farmers or the owner of that land could not sell what has given by government.
Oh yes. Um, I look at the program as a program that is only parang half baked.
Yeah.
Because if it is a totally baked program, just like when you bake a pie, then you get the outcome there is a very nice pie, very delicious. But what is happening there is you place that pie inside the oven and then just leave it there.
Mhm.
Parang ganon. That's the thing that happened. And when the farmer have that opportunity to get so much money from that piece of land,
Mhm.
then my goodness, I don't have to. I mean, if I were the farmer, I will not have two thoughts anymore. I would say yes with capital YES
You would
to that
say
offer,
you
right?
would say enough with government or what? Anyway, you are president now of
Oh yes,
the
okay,
CPUK. So
okay, okay.
how do you engage your alumni association to
Oh,
help?
I love that question, Cyrus. You know, well, CPU Cares Alumni Association is actually the new name for the former CPU College of Agriculture Alumni Association. And we thought of having the CP Cares Alumni Association uh, become an organization and some sort of an institution for the graduates of the College of Agriculture, alumni for that matter,
Mm.
because we are looking at the challenges in agriculture, which is not only the challenge of the government. It is more of a challenge on our part because we are professionals and retired professionals for that
Okay. Yeah.
matter. In other words, if you are a retired professional, you get all the experiences that would really bridge the gap between what is going on in the farmers area and then that of the government. So actually, we have lots of objectives in our constitution and bylaws, some of which probably people would say this is too heavy at all. This is too heavy uh, uh, a thing to be accomplished by the organization. But we thought perhaps in due time we will be able to do it.
So
So our role here
yeah.
is okay. We will be conduit of information and technology by the farmers. We are not going to just be the usual technician. We will be here. That's why we are requesting an office here because we wanted to open that office for a forum with a farmer almost daily. Because all the professionals will be there of different fields. We have uh, entomologists, we have soil scientists, we have breeders, we have genetics, we have almost everything. All the members of the association, they are very rich source of information and they are very rich consultants. And so if the farmer would come and then have just even a simple discussion with us, I would suppose that he can pick some of our brains and be able to bring it out in the field.
So what are some, if any, if
Mhm.
there are any something that you have done in your agriculture association or alumni association? What are these programs that you have started?
Okay, we have started with a program that would assist not only the farmers but their families in preserving overproduction in the area. Example, if you have that iba plant, I think you're familiar with iba, no? The one
I
that is
wish I
being
have
used
that.
for
I wish
for
I have.
cooking, and it is very sour, and it can be processed into lots of other delicacies. You can have that prune, you can have vinegar for that, you can prepare um, you can prepare that for wine. And we have one member who is village level um, some researcher.
Mhm.
He used to be the administrator of College of Agriculture and Forestry of Inca, of, uh, of West Visayas State University. And what she's doing now is she is um, she is continually experimenting on all this, and we thought perhaps at some point when we have this exist production, then we will gather all these women. We are already having that in our we prepared a 5-year development program actually for the association, and that's one of it. Uh, we will invite them to come over, bring their surpluses, and then we are going to train them how to prepare the surpluses so that they have that in their home and they can sell it in the community. That's just one of the several things that we can do.
Looking at our agriculture department here, I think we have as much also uh, started up with productive ideas and yeah, simply because they have the resources. We have the Saraga farm
Yes.
of these
Oo.
things, and the dean he has also had
Darag
this
chicken
chicken
production.
production.
Mm.
Who is this friend of yours from Florida who is advocating the
The
moringa?
moringa, well, we have Dr. Palada.
Okay.
We have several members who are into entrepreneur.
Mm.
We have one member who is into chicken dung pellet production, and we are recommending the chicken dung to the farmer because it would be easier to apply, and there is very good soil amelioration characteristics. So we have all these entrepreneurs, all alumni, all professionals, all retired, but entrepreneurial people. So we can tap all these people to assist in whatever way possible for our farmers, just to monitor whatever is going on in their field, and hopefully there will be gradual increase in production. You cannot do it overnight, definitely not. Even for organic production, organic vegetable or organic rice production, it takes some time for you to be able to accomplish the whole thing of having that organic thing. So for organic rice, you need around 7 years to totally say that you have organic rice production.
Okay. Anyway, the the general uh, the general perception is that CPU Agriculture or the Department of Agriculture in CPU has had a lot of good things
Yes.
done,
Yes.
especially for the communities. We have an outreach.
Yes.
Oh.
There are lots of outreach programs. Actually, I would say at this point that the CP College of Agriculture, on top of other extension activities, have the major focus on instruction because they are here in the university for that
Educational
purpose. On the other hand, the alumni group, it used to be a group that is rather informal, and then we just meet for tit a tit, or we just meet there for coffee, or we just meet there for updating what is happening for other alumni. But now we are getting serious because we have this support now from government institutions like DIE, for example. They want to trust already the organization for certain big projects. And we are looking forward into that.
Now, with these achievements, I also heard that you are going to come up with a grand reunion. What is
Yes.
this? Can you explain it to us?
Yes, okay. It started with just simply a thing that is quite fun, and we thought we were going to Mindanao for that short trip. And then it transformed into something that we thought perhaps that we are going to invite also other alumni in Mindanao to join us. Because what happened was, we have these three members of the organization who are retired, and then when their mother, their auntie, their brother heard about it, they said that, why don't you just simply have it Mindanao Centralians, not only for the College of Agriculture, because originally it's only for the College of Agriculture. And now we are calling it a grand reunion of I should say spearheaded by CPU Cares Alumni Association. And we are inviting all Mindanao Centralians to join us.
Wow, good.
And we have already kept the ball rolling. As of this time, 75 had already indicated that they are joining that alumni reunion on October 9, 10, and 11. And the venue is Castin's Place. The owner of Castin's Place is also a graduate of the CPU College of Agriculture. And that place of his is catering to social events, among others. And the place is quite big. It is actually an agro-eco farm. And so we are on the best setting for our organization. And we had started inviting already uh, Centralians in Mindanao particularly. And one of the highlights for the occasion, which will be on the second day, is we wanted to recognize some of these Centralians that we have in Mindanao. So we will be awarding a plaque of recognition to those who had really been successful in their field, not only in agriculture. It could be in medicine, it could be in engineering, it could be in education, it could be in human resource management, because I knew of several who are graduates of HRM here, doctoral degree holder na.
So your 70% could probably be just outsiders. I mean,
No, no,
alumni
no.
who are not
The,
agricultural
no,
graduates.
the 70 is already a mixture of
Not
all the
everyone is
Centralians.
agricultural graduate.
No, not all, not all, because their wives are not agriculture graduate. Okay, their aunties are not agriculture graduates. Their mother, uh, they are not agriculture graduates, but they are Centralians. So
What
arts
else
and
are
sciences, commerce,
what
etc.
else are the activities aside from the mainstream? What is this?
Okay, uh, because we are there now, we thought perhaps that we are going also to promote CPU. That's
Yes,
one.
correct.
That's one.
Okay.
Okay, so during the main program that will be on the second day, that will be on October 10, we are going to some what showcase offering of the CPU, Central Philippine University as a whole, because we wanted to tell these people in Mindanao that we are the best university here.
Yeah.
And I think I feel comfortable saying that not everybody in Mindanao is familiar with Central Philippine University. My husband, for one, is from Mindanao,
Mhm.
and when we met, he doesn't even know that there is such a thing as Central Philippine University. And there are still friends of mine, some acquaintances that wonders where is Central Philippine University. And so during the second day, we will be showing a video, an hour or so probably, of CPU historical with historical presentation, of course with your assistance, and we are going to really highlight the programs, the degree programs that is being offered. And as a follow-up to that, on the third day, which is already a free day, we will be identifying three schools, and we are going to discuss with these three schools the offerings here.
I remember.
Only senior students, senior high
Yeah.
school students, offering here in CPU, and we're going to invite them to join us for the following school
We
year.
have one alumnus there, an attorney, Rolly Dumalag. Do you remember him?
Oh, Rolly,
He
of
is
course.
my board mate, I think. Rolly Dumalag is a successful lawyer, but
Yes,
he
yes,
was
yes.
an agricultural graduate.
Yes, he is my student.
I think a Coco Fed scholar.
Yes,
Yeah,
a
I
Coco Fed.
remember. So,
That's the time, during the Coco Fed years, that's the time when we have that peak enrollment in
I
agriculture.
think maybe we can
Oo.
meet.
Oo.
And I remember you were the one I was talking to there in Villa. And I
Yes,
remember
yes,
we
yes, yes.
talked already.
Yes, we have, we had our, is that in Villa? I think that's in Tatoys. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
It's not
the
in Tatoy.
Punta Villa.
Punta Villa,
Yeah.
yes. So, I thought,
Eugene Glenn was there.
oh, yes.
Yeah, he was the one always
yes.
inviting me.
Oh, he is always inviting you. Yeah. And Glenn is from
Just to
Mindanao.
let our viewers know, most of the alumni of most of the members of the alumni association are generous and
Oh, yes.
and fine uh, fine talking people, because of their experiences
Yes.
with technology, agricultural technology. So they most often they conduct seminars, and I was one who was invited also to become a member.
Oh,
What is
yes.
that? Adopted son or
Yes.
honorary member?
Honorary member.
So I thank you very much, ma'am, for that gesture. So, Of course, with Manny Palada
Yes,
also,
of
he has been
course.
doing things here.
You know, it's a pleasure for us, agriculture. We are not that greedy to have only all agriculture. We have several, originally we call them adapted,
Mm.
but later on, we change it into something elegant. We call them honorary members. So we have that
So,
honorary
ma'am,
members.
before we depart, this is about time to end up our discussion. Would you
Okay.
like to say something or invite people
Yes,
to
yes,
this program?
yes.
Well,
Mm-mm.
of course, I'm looking forward to that. Whatever you said to me.
Yes.
So you might as well
Uh-uh.
talk to people,
Mm-mm.
telling them about something that they should look forward to.
Yes, okay. So, I think this is my opportunity, and I would like to thank Cyrus here for suggesting that I be a guest. Of course, I accepted with pleasure because this is my opportunity to really invite all of you to join us in Mindanao. Comes October 9, 10, and 11. Actually, October 9 is the arrival time, and we'll take the flight Iloilo to Cotabato, and we expect to be there in the afternoon. But we wanted to visit the LGUs for some sort of gesture, inviting them at the same time to join us in the in the reunion, in the activities. But the major activities on October 10 is the one which I suggest all of you will join because we really prepared it for you. So for those of you who are not here and are planning to be on vacation, and you plan to be here, whether you're a graduate of agriculture or just centralian for that matter, we always consider those who started their first year, second year, even if you did not graduate from CPU as a centralian for that matter, then you are all welcome to join us on that day, where I think the program is very light, but we wanted everybody to have fun and frolic during that
Is
time.
Dr. Robles going there?
We are inviting Dr. Robles. We are not sure yet whether he can come, but there is a flight that he can catch on the 10th
And
for the night.
Attorney Bionat is the CPO
Yes, of
alumni
course, of
president.
course. So we reserve actually a slot for the evening program for president's speech or president's message. So the president of Central Philippine University, the president of
Ano?
Centralians in Mindanao, they are invited to say a word or two, and then also the president of our very own alumni association here, incorporated in the university. And maybe I will also give a few statements only if there is time. But everybody suggests that we have that live band so that there will be dancing, there will be singing, and everybody is looking forward to have fun. So join us, please. The registration is only 3,000 pesos,
Inclusive of
inclusive of food. But your lodging, you have to. We will provide a list of hotels and pension houses which you can stay on. And I know most of you have your relatives in there, so relatives will be fetching all the relatives also, and will be joining in the reunion activities. And so we see it as something that is really enjoyable for everybody.
that's a good startup.
Yes, yes.
And I'm happy with you, with your being here,
Thank you so much
with your
for inviting
insights.
me.
So I keep on looking forward at each time that we have the program here. I already have many things to look forward in my mind. So let's look forward to another edition of Looking Forward. Thank you so much.